Welcome to DRTSPR show. This is Dr. Tangella Shiva Prasad Reddy alias DRTSPR. Namaste, Adab, hello, and a warm welcome to K. Babu Garu. He's a senior environmentalist and he has got so many attributes to his scientific, logical knowledge which will uphold truth. Why I'm saying truth? Because if truth has to prevail, only then justice will be done. I'm coming to another remark by the Honorable Chief Justice of Supreme Court, Justice Suryakant-ji. Again, as if that is not enough, cockroaches. He has compared Indian youth with cockroaches. Later he said it has been wrongly understood and he said he's withdrawing. Those youth who have passed out of advocacy or whatever it is, they said, because of unemployment, they are getting into social media, blah, 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 and they are becoming activists. He has to understand, if government fails, why Supreme Court is keeping quiet. I've shown various examples. Again, he has commented, show me one project wherein environmentalists or activists have not opposed. Now I am asking straight away, what knowledge the Honorable Justices of Supreme Court, all high courts have got, with due remarks, due respect to all wonderful people all around. We are all educated, Mr. Chief Justice. But what knowledge justices have got in regards to environment? This I have questioned during COVID-19. What sufficient medical knowledge justices have got? Are they science students? Then how can they pass judgments? How can they appoint advocate commissioners and then bring justice without involving the core aspect of that area? Now here, environmentalist, those who have an idea, basically every individual, every citizen of India, as bestowed in Article 31, resources belong to every citizen. And Article 51, responsible citizenry. That is also there, embedded very much in the Constitution of India. You are supposed to uphold the Constitution of India, Justice Suryakant-ji. What are these comments? One after the other. Project, in whose interest project, Chief Justice of India? My straight question to Honorable Supreme Court of India. In whose interest these development activities have to take place? Is it in the interest of Constitution that people of India, as resources belong to every citizen of India? Is it not the duty of the government, before taking up any project, to involve right from Panchayat? You have amended also 73 amendment, 74 amendment, Panchayats and municipal corporations. Don't you think they should be involved? Then there should be a discussion on the floor of the assembly, then on the parliament. And only then a policy should be framed. Should we tell all these things, my dear Chief Justice of India? Then in whose interest, day by day, forests are being brought down, trees are being cut down, green cover areas are being swallowed up in the name of development, or so and so. The economic zones are so many zones. But without common man understanding why this project is, in whose interest this project is, can any project be regarded as a developmental project? Kindly think, my dear Chief Justice of India, we have nothing. You are all servants, public servants, subservient to Constitution of India. That means people of India. If I am wrong, correct me. Elected MPs, MLAs, Sarpanchas, all. Selected IAS to everything. And then judiciary to check them. How constitutionally clear and how transparent and accountable these governments are. Whether they are elected or selected. And as fourth media, we have got you clearly stated it is the Supreme Court of India, 19(1)(a), expression, freedom of expression, and to maintain that check, to see that we act as a catalyst to pass on the information from the government to the people of India, and subsequently any issues related will be brought to the government of India. If government of India is not healing, as they have cut down Chhattisgarh forest, and how even Aravali forest, my dear Chief Justice of India, Supreme Court, how it has to take a topsy turn. So that is the reason why this show is important. Now here, we are involving Babu Rauji. I will first show the comments which you have made and how you have been criticized by the so-called activists and lawyers, past judges also. And we are taking up data centers as the issue, how data centers are being allowed helter-skelter when the same America and Europe, they are abandoning these projects, my dear Chief Justice of India. Kindly inquire. When those developed countries, they don't want that projects because it has been taking lots of resources and in turn creating pollution. Can we survive in that atmosphere? So is this development? I'll just show some comments of yours and then I'll straight away ask Babu Rauji. Organizations and environmentalists demand withdrawal of CJI's remarks on activists. The letter said that a responsible democracy does not ask citizens to choose between development and environment. 49 organizations, collectives, and 553 environmentalists, academics, and citizens on Friday, May 22nd, 2006, wrote a letter to Chief Justice of India, CJI Suryakant, demanding that the Supreme Court withdraw oral remarks made by the CJI on May 11th. The letter sought the withdrawal of the remarks so that it does not cast doubt on the legitimacy of bona fide environmental public interest litigation or on the constitutional role of affected communities and citizens in seeking enforcement of environmental law. Now, this is, I'm reading it from the Hindu paper dated May 23rd, 2026, because we believe in presenting you. So here, a group of 72 lawyers and activists have urged CJI Suryakant to retract the Supreme Court's recent remarks, dismissing environment litigation as mere obstruction. Their open letter frames public interest litigation and NGT appeals as vital tools to protect ecology and enforce environment law. Jurisprudence at stake signatories warn of troubling shift, treating citizens who challenge project clearances as suspects rather than constitutional enforcers. They call for reaffirmation of environmental jurisprudence, rule of law scrutiny, and proper weight for NGT decisions under the NGT Act. Protecting public voice. This is about defending democratic oversight over development, ensuring accountability, transparent project clearances, and rights of communities facing environmental harm. Will you stand with citizens defending the environment? Comment, share. And I'm straight question to you. Tomorrow, your family or my family, Babu's families or entire Indians' families, how should they survive? Should they have anything to breathe? Fresh oxygen, potable water, and enviable temperature, and all the resources there for our kith and kin, wife and children to survive or not, Mr. Justice? And then in Telugu also, పర్యావరణ కార్యకర్తలు స్వాగతించిన ఒక్క ప్రాజెక్టు పేరు చెప్పండి. ఆ పిటిషన్లు దేశాభివృద్ధికి అవరోధం. సుప్రీం అభివృద్ధి ప్రాజెక్టులను అడ్డుకోవడానికి వేస్తున్న పిటిషన్లపై సుప్రీంకోర్టు మండిపడింది. ఇటువంటి పిటిషన్లతో దేశం ఎలా అభివృద్ధి చెందుతుంది అని సిజేఐ జస్టిస్ సూర్యకాంత్, జస్టిస్ జోయమాల్యా బాగ్చి ధర్మాసనం ప్రశ్నించింది. పర్యావరణ కార్యకర్తలు స్వాగతించిన ఏదైనా ఒక్క ప్రాజెక్టు పేరు చెప్పండి అంటూ నిలదీసింది. సార్, ఇక్కడ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను. సార్, మీరు చెప్పండి. ఫస్ట్ తెలుగుతో ఇంగ్లీష్ పోతారా, ఇంగ్లీష్ తెలుగుకి వస్తారా?
ఎనీథింగ్ ఇస్ ఓకే.
యా, గో హెడ్ సార్, యువర్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్.
ఓకే, సో షల్ ఐ బిగిన్?
Yes sir, please. I will show data centers after you, once you take this comment head on, when you ask me to show the data centers data, then I will show that.
So, a project being implemented has to be implemented as per the scientific norms. For example, first thing, whenever a project is to be given environmental clearance, they have to submit an environmental impact assessment. Environmental impact assessment is a scientific document. We expect it to be properly done and properly assess the environmental impacts and inform the population that is likely to be affected properly. But what is happening is they are giving permission to anybody to be an expert to draft an environmental impact assessment. That's one problem. So they are only mostly doing copy-paste reports. There is no quality in the reports. The entire emphasis in the present way of making environmental impact assessments is to make it a document to obtain environmental clearance, that's all. It is not an objective assessment of the environmental impacts from that particular project. This is the whole problem. So now I will give you examples of why people have to object. After 1992 Rio Declaration, we have been given the right to participate in a public hearing and present our views, objections, and comments on the proposal. So when we find a totally copy pasted EIA report and which is not done properly, shouldn't the citizens oppose it? Opposing the EIA document is equal to opposing the project. It cannot be. There are so much of information is hidden. It is not given. A recent example, say data centers use enormous quantities of water. It is a known fact. But our people have given environmental clearances showing no water requirement for cooling. Zero water requirement for cooling. So pointing out and questioning it and asking for proper assessment and appraisal before giving the environmental clearance. Is it opposing the project? How do you look at it? What are the people's citizens supposed to do when you are submitting false reports, cooked up reports, and based on that false documents, the experts are clearing those projects for various reasons. So what are the citizens supposed to do? It's unfortunate that our Chief Justice was so one-sidedly talking about against the people who have objections. So what is wrong in having an objection? Dissent is part of democracy. If dissent is opposition, then I don't know what is democracy means. Can he say that every project is part of development? Every project leads to good of the people? No. Every project has unintended consequences. You cannot name a technology which has no harm, which doesn't cause harm. For example, all that pharmaceutical projects, they say they produce a drug, but in the name of producing a life-saving drug, how much of pollution they create, how many water bodies they have destroyed, how much of groundwater they have eliminated, how many people are dying of kidney problems and cancer in the neighborhood of those pharma industries. So is that acceptable? Without proper implementation and the very purpose of the Environment Ministry and the pollution control boards is only promoting the industry. They are not doing the service work to the people to protect them and the environment. Then what are we supposed to do? It is, say for example, so Supreme Court has given judgment in case of Hyderabad, which led to the GOMS 111 to protect the drinking water lakes. Then somebody has taken it to the court. So was he anti-development? Professor M.B. Naidu, who has taken it to the court? Then if that it is so, then why did the court agree to his contention and award that and said that no polluting activities permitted within 10 kilometers of the lake? Why? This is the most unfortunate thing. What to say? We don't expect that from, if judges take such a stand, then whom do we approach? The politician is not interested. They are sold out to the money. Most of the politicians themselves are industrialists. They are manipulating the law to suit their own conveniences. Then what is left for the people, ordinary people to approach? It's only the courts. And in my own experience, when we took the pharmaceutical case to the High Court here, they did not admit and said that you go to NGT. There was a time bar. So we requested the court to condone that for the time. They kept it for 3 years and then dismissed it, saying that these people are anti-development. What to do? What can we do? Whom can we approach? Why was it kept for 3 years? They could say, we cannot give you cotton or anything, but it was kept for 3 years. That is the situation, sir. Anything specific you want to ask?
Same, I am showing that Hyderabad Pharma City also. Telugulo kuda cheppandi sir.
హైదరాబాద్ ఫార్మాసిటీ గురించి మొదటి నుంచి అసలు వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చిన EIA నే తప్పు. దుర్మార్గం ఏంటంటే అండి, ఈ దేశంలో మన దగ్గర ఫార్మా పరిశ్రమ నుంచి రసాయన కాలుష్యం రాకుండా ఎలా ఉంటుంది? మీరు ఏ ఫార్మా పరిశ్రమ యొక్క అనుమతి పత్రం అయినా చూడండి, అందులో అక్కడ వందల రకాల రసాయనాలు వాడతారు, కానీ వాటి కాలుష్యాన్ని 0 చూపిస్తారు. ఓన్లీ వాళ్ళు చూపించే కాలుష్యం ఏంటంటే బాయిలర్ లో బొగ్గు మండించినప్పుడు వచ్చే పొగగొట్టం నుంచి వచ్చే కాలుష్యం మాత్రమే చూపిస్తారు. మొన్న ఈ మధ్యన ఇక్కడ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ లో బల్క్ డ్రగ్ పార్క్ అని చెప్పి దానికి ఒక ప్రతిపాదన పెట్టారు. ఆ బల్క్ డ్రగ్ పార్క్ కి ఒక EIA తయారు చేశారు. అందులో 17 పొగ గొట్టాలు చూపించారు, అన్ని బాయిలర్ కొట్టాలి. పొగ గొట్టాల్లో నుంచి అన్నిట్లో నుంచి కార్బన్ మోనాక్సైడ్, కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్, పార్టికులేట్ మ్యాటర్, దుమ్ము, ధూళి, అట్లా నైట్రోజన్ ఆక్సైడ్స్ అవే చూపించారు. అసలు మీరు రసాయనాలు విపరీతంగా సాల్వెంట్స్ వాడతారు, అవి బయట గాలిలోకి రావా? మనం ఏ ఫార్మా కంపెనీకి వెళ్ళినా గేట్ దగ్గరికి రాగానే మనకు వాసన వస్తుంది కదా, అది బయటికి రాకుండా, రసాయనాలు రాకుండా ఎలా చేస్తారు? ప్రతి చోట మీరు అనుమతి ఇచ్చేటప్పుడే 5% సాల్వెంట్ లాస్ అని మీరు పర్మిట్ చేస్తున్నారు. మరి ఆ 5% సాల్వెంట్ లాస్ ఎక్కడికి పోతుంది? నీళ్లలోకి పోతుంది, గాలిలోకి పోతుంది. అది కాలుష్యం కాకుండా ఎలా అవుతుంది? అడ్డగోలుగా మీ ఇష్టం వచ్చినట్టు అనుమతులు ఇచ్చేసి, ఒక పద్ధతి లేదు, సైన్స్ లేదు, ఏమీ లేదు. ప్రజలకు ప్రశ్నిస్తే ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ 19,000 ఎకరాల్లో ఫార్మాసిటీ పెడతామంటే అక్కడ ప్రతిపాదన ఏం పెట్టారు? ప్రతిపాదన? అసలు ఏ పరిశ్రమలు వస్తాయి, ఏమేం పరిశ్రమలు వస్తాయి అనేది కూడా అక్కడ లేదు. ఎన్ని పరిశ్రమలు వస్తాయి అనేది కూడా అప్పటికి అసలు క్లారిటీ లేదు. ఆ EIA ఇచ్చేనాటికి ఒక్కొక్క చోట ఒక్కొక్క రకమైన అంకెలు ఇచ్చారు. అందులో ఇదేంటంటే, ఈ ఇండస్ట్రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ పర్మిషన్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు బాధ ఏంటంటే, యాక్చువల్ గా పెట్టే ఇండస్ట్రీ భోపాల్ లాంటి పరిశ్రమ అయినా కూడా మనకి తెలీదు, చెప్పరు. అది పబ్లిక్ హియరింగ్
రంగారెడ్డి జిల్లాలో చెప్తున్నారు కదా, ముచ్చర్ల నుంచి మేడిపల్లి, ఇది అదే కదా మీరు చెప్పేది?
అదే ఎక్కడైనా ఎనీ ఇండస్ట్రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ అయినా కూడా, ఎక్కడ బల్క్ డ్రగ్ పార్క్ అయినా, సెస్ అయినా, వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తున్నారంటే మొత్తం ఇండస్ట్రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ కి గంపగుత్తగా పర్మిషన్ ఇస్తున్నారు బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ఫాల్స్ డేటా. అందులో అదేం చెప్పాలి, ఆ పొల్యూషన్ లోడ్ ఆఫ్రికా దేశం లాంటి చోట కూడా వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తున్నారంటే, అలాంటి సిమిలర్ ఇండస్ట్రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ లో పొల్యూషన్ లోడ్ ఎంత ఉంటుందో అనేది చూసి దాని నుంచి లెక్క కట్టి EIA ప్రతిపాదన చేస్తున్నారు. ఇక్కడ మాత్రం అడ్డగోలుగా అనుమతి ఇచ్చే ఎక్స్పర్ట్స్ కూడా ఎవడు ఇది ఎట్లాగా అని అడిగినటువంటి సందర్భమే కనపడదు. అడ్డగోలుగా అనుమతులు ఇచ్చేసేసి ఇది ఎంతే అంటున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు చాలా ప్రమాదకరమైన రసాయనాలు ఉన్నాయి. మీకు ఇంకోటి కూడా చెప్పాలి. ఒక ఇటలీలో ఒక ఫ్లోరిన్ కెమికల్స్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఒకటి ఉంటే, దాని మీద అక్కడ పెద్ద గొడవ అయింది, ఉద్యమం జరిగింది, కోర్టుకి వెళ్ళింది. కోర్టు ఆ కంపెనీ అధికారుల్ని 11 మందిని మొత్తం కంబైన్డ్ గా 141 సంవత్సరాలకి జైలు శిక్ష విధించింది వాళ్ళ మీద. అత్యధికంగా 17 సంవత్సరాలు, అతి తక్కువగా 2.5 సంవత్సరాల చొప్పున, మొత్తం అందరికి కలిపి 11 మందికి 141 సంవత్సరాలు జైలు శిక్ష వేసింది. అదే పరిశ్రమని ఇండియాలో ఒక పెట్టుబడిదారు కొనుక్కుని తీసుకొచ్చి ఇక్కడ ఎలాంటి పర్యవేక్షణ లేకుండా ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసి ఉత్పత్తి చేసేస్తున్నాడు. చూడండి, ప్రజాభిప్రాయ సేకరణ కూడా జరగలేదు. మరి ప్రజలు ఏం చేయాలి? అప్పుడు అది అభ్యంతరం పెడితే అది క్రైమా?
ఇది ఇంగ్లీష్ లో కూడా చెప్పండి
ప్రభుత్వం.
ఇది ఒకటి ఇంగ్లీష్ లో కూడా చెప్పండి. ఇప్పుడు ఇటలీ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇంగ్లీష్ లో కూడా చెప్పండి, సుప్రీంకోర్టు చీఫ్ జస్టిస్ అర్థం కాదు.
అదే చాలా there was a perfluorochemicals company, producing company in Italy, which is called ENI. ENI is the company. Mitsubishi and any combination. Its name is Miteni. Mitsubishi of Japan and any of Italy together, they formed a company called Miteni and produced a lot of PFAS chemicals. Those PFAS chemicals were released into drinking water resources because they are called forever chemicals. Those forever chemicals, they don't get destroyed. They keep circulating in the atmosphere forever. And each of us, though we are not in contact with any of those chemicals, but we carry those chemicals in our body. 99% of all humans on the planet and all animals and birds on the planet have that chemical in their blood now. That is the damage industry has done to the life itself. And such chemicals are being permitted left and right. Left and right.
What happened to the judgment? Italy court, what is the judgment they have passed? That also
after the chemicals were released into a drinking water source of several lakhs of people in that area, then the matter has gone to the court. The case was fought for several years. And finally, the court has said this is an offense, this is a crime, and they have 11 executives of this company, Miteni, were found guilty. They were charged and then they were punished from maximum of 17 and some odd years to 2 years, 8 months in different levels. Total prison term for all these 11 executives comes to about 141 years.
Wow.
And that company was closed. That company was closed even before the judgment. But that company silently sold it to an Indian company called Lakshmi Organics. They brought that and set it up near Pune in an industrial estate. Why I am saying it? In an industrial estate, you don't have to do a public hearing. It has already been given bulk permission. So you can just get it and establish it if you can make friends with the officials. That's all. That's enough. And the officials never bothered about what is the source of the technology, what is that company, what it produces, and how it affects the people. They never bothered because that is the way rules are framed in favor of the companies and against the people, against the environment. The government is not protecting the right to life. Right to life is fundamental right. Governments are bound to guarantee the right to life under the constitution. Who else will guarantee you the right to life? So by permitting such companies, you are taking away our right to life straight away. So the government itself is the culprit, is the criminal. It has to be charged. Or whoever is the responsible officials for them. They go by the name of government. So when there are so many lacuna in the way that our administration is done, why the Chief Justice has put his anger on disparate youth who are unable to find any relief anywhere. So we appeal to the Pollution Control Board and officials. They don't bother about you. We give in writing. Nobody reads those submissions also. Nobody reads those submissions also. And the experts sitting in the committee, they just don't care. In a day they take care about 20 projects, etc. They spend only half an hour or less on each project. And everybody cannot be an expert in every type of technology. So they are only merely ticking. They are acting as rubber stamps. So justice is not being done to the people. Then what do the people do? They have to go to the court. There is no other way. The so-called experts, they have to follow professional ethics. Professional ethics, the important point in professional ethics is any decision a professional takes or an expert takes, his prime concern should be the safety and welfare of the people. That should be the primary concern of an expert as per the ethical norms of any profession. But they are not following that. They are simply making it easy for the government or the department in which they are experts, just so that they can clear the project. I know in Telangana, after Telangana was formed, these experts were told that if you don't clear the project's path, you will be fined. So what is the meaning? If an expert finds some lacuna in this, it is not like a dispatch clerk. An expert is not a dispatch clerk. A dispatch clerk means you have to say a file is there, you have to write, complete it and send it, so you cannot delay it. But a technical scientific examination, if you don't get proper answers from the company, it has to be kept. You cannot just simply clear it because the company is not giving information. They don't have answers to the questions. This is the most unfortunate way the functioning is happening at each stage.
Right.
This is the problem.
No, I hope this appeal will go to the
this
Chief
is,
Justice and all justices across India. You understand, right to life.
but
Tomorrow
many,
your family will also be into trouble.
sir, many justices have done great judgments on environment.
Let us salute
In
them. Let
India
us salute
also,
them. Let us salute
Justice
them.
Kuldeep Singh, Justice Jagannath Rao, and many other people have given very great judgments.
Wonderful.
It's,
Okay, last
it,
ku Telugulo
we
మాట
cannot say
చెప్పండి
that.
ముగిద్దాం సార్. తెలుగులో మాట చెప్పండి. We salute all those wonderful judges.
Yeah, a lot of judges have pioneered polluter pays principle. Onus is on the polluter. If you charge a company that it is polluting, it is not your responsibility. మనం నిరూపించిన అవసరం లేదు కాలుష్యం జరుగుతుందని. కంపెనీ నేను కాలుష్యం చేయటం లేదా నిరూపించుకోవాలి. అది చెప్పారు ఆ జడ్జిమెంట్. వెల్లూరు కేసులో జస్టిస్ కుల్దీప్ సింగ్ చెప్పింది ఏంటంటే ఓనర్స్ ఈజ్ ఆన్ ద పొల్యూటర్, నాట్ ఆన్ ద పీపుల్ హూ ఆర్ ఎఫెక్టెడ్, టు ప్రూవ్ దట్ దేర్ ఇస్ ఏ పొల్యూషన్. అలాంటప్పుడు అవన్నీ వదిలిపెట్టేసేసి ప్రికాషనరీ ప్రిన్సిపల్ అన్నారు. అంటే ఒక పరిశ్రమ పెట్టేటప్పుడు దానివల్ల ఎలాంటి హాని జరుగుతుందనే దానిపైన కొంత మీమాంస ఉన్నప్పుడు ఎప్పుడు కూడా ప్రికాషన్ వైపే ఉండాలి, ముందుగానే జాగ్రత్తలు తీసుకోవాలి, కనుక అది ప్రూవ్ కాకపోయినా కానీ దాన్ని అడ్డుకోవచ్చు అని చెప్పారు. అవన్నీ వదిలేసేసి మీరు అన్నిటిని ఆపేస్తున్నారు, అభివృద్ధిని ఆపేస్తున్నారంటే ఈ పరిశ్రమలన్నిటి వల్ల అవి పెట్టినందువల్ల సామాన్య ప్రజల జీవితంలో ఏం మార్పు వచ్చింది? ఏం మార్పు వచ్చింది చెప్పండి. వాళ్ళు అపోజ్ చేయలేదు, ఫార్మాస్ పరిశ్రమలు పెట్టారు. ఆ గ్రామాల పరిస్థితి ఏంటి ఇప్పుడు? మన సంగారెడ్డి జిల్లా, మెదక్ జిల్లా, నల్గొండ జిల్లా, ఆ ప్రజల పరిస్థితి ఏంటి? ఎంతమంది చచ్చిపోతున్నారు అనారోగ్యాలతో? సో ఇది చాలా దౌర్భాగ్యమైన పరిస్థితి. అసలు ప్రజాస్వామ్యానికే, సరైన ప్రజాస్వామ్యం ఉంటే ఇలాంటి పరిస్థితి రాదు కదా. దాని గురించి ఇప్పుడు ప్రజాస్వామ్యంలో డిబేట్ ఉంటే, సరైన ప్రజలు చెప్పినటువంటి వాళ్ళ గ్రీవెన్సెస్ ని వినే దిక్కుంటే ఈ పరిస్థితి ఎందుకు వస్తుంది? కోర్టుకు వెళ్లాల్సిన అవసరం ఎందుకు వస్తుంది?
సో ఇది సార్ ఈ రోజు మనం ఇక్కడ ముగించవచ్చు కదా. సో వీఆర్ రిక్వెస్టింగ్ ది ఆనరబుల్ చీఫ్ జస్టిస్ ఆఫ్ సుప్రీం కోర్ట్ అండ్ ఆల్ జస్టిసెస్ అక్రాస్ ఇండియా, if government fails to protect the right to life, and if they cannot be in the interest of the welfare of the people or society, what should people of India do? Should they come onto the roads and create a chaotic situation, or before joining any agitation, should they not come and appeal to the courts? Then what is the duty of courts? Why there are no proper expertise in the courts? Whether it is health, we have seen during COVID-19, now environment we are watching, and again the unfair statements being given by the Chief Justice. When youth are protesting, India is bestowed with large youth, it is a blessed country, then youth have every right to protest, because not just the present, the future of their families will also be at risk. And not our family and Babu's family, all chief justices families have to survive in the same society in India. How long you can go abroad? Sometime you have to come back. That is the reason why this show is being made with no intention to hurt anyone. My number is 9440465339. Anyone differing with us, you are most welcome. I will connect you from wherever you are, provided as we have presented the evidences, you should also provide the evidences. The show runs purely on rule of law. Constitution Invoking Evidential Act with no enmity against individuals, nor animosity against any parties or organizations. We have taken pain to do this show, to show to the Supreme Court of India, all high courts, if you allow these polluted industries, if you do not allow the implementation of National Green Tribunal orders, if they are kept aside, not present, right from, we have shown you as some pharma universities and data centers, how they are going to pollute, right from water to the sky, air, then what will be left for your kith and kin tomorrow? In the name of development, if you are taking away all forest, green cover area, can you breathe with the temperatures rising? Can you survive in this temperature? And can anyone in the future city, as again being proposed by this Congress government, they promise to return the lands to the farmers of Pharma City. Again, they are giving permission for pharma units to be established in future city. Already data centers are there with that extreme heat. Water, they suck so much of water, data centers. And these pharma cities, pharmas, polluting right from water to air. Can anyone survive there with such rising temperatures? Polluting waters. Can anyone survive? Then what should courts do? When people come to you, the court should, in a proper way, do the trial, because the basic essence of all this is environment impact assessment. Where is that report? That report has become cut, copy, cut and paste for any industry. If that is the norm, why should not people of India approach courts? Why do we have courts and justice system? As he rightly said, wonderful judges are there. They have been coming to the rescue of the society. Similarly, we expect all the judiciary become active, protect environment, and be on the side of those genuine environmentalists or activities who are fighting to protect the lives, to save the lives, not just for the present, for the future too. Thank you very much, sir. Do support DRTSP channel, Citizens DRTSP channel.
Thank you. Namaste.
Environment people, DRTSP channel. They are all in largest public interest only. Jai Telangana and Jai Hind.
Okay. Thank you.